Hey, this is Osiris, and today we're doing a Gaia deck profile. Now let's get right to it. Now, we're going to start off with 3 Gaia the Magical Knight. This card is really good to start off your play. If you control no monsters, or your opponent controls a monster with 2300 more attack, you get to normal summon this card without tributing it. And then when this card is normal summon or special summon, you get to summon a level 5 dragon monster from your graveyard or from your hand. So I find this really good for the deck. Play it at 3 because it's like one of the better ones in this deck. And then we play 3 Cursed of Dragon, the Cursed Dragon. When this card is normal summon special summon, you get to search up for your Gaia spell and trap. So you always want to go for the field spell or the fusion spell. Also has a little niche effect. When this card is sent to the graveyard, from a card effect, all phase of monsters your opponent controls has their effects negated, so that's fine. 3 Keeper of Dragon Magic. This card helps you go into your Gaia fusion monsters, with its effect being when this card is summoned, you get to discard 1 card from your hand, add 1 card that lists fusion or polymerization in its card text to your hand, and then has another effect where you get reveal 1 fusion monster from your extra deck, summon 1 of the fusion materials from your deck and face down defense position. So I find this very helpful in this deck, being that the main monster you go for is the Gaia fusion monsters. 3 Artillery Catapult Turtle. This is one of your main plays in the deck and your starter. Its effect is you get to treat 1 monster that could be himself, special summon 1 Gaia the Fierce Night monster or 1 level 5 dragon from your deck, hand or deck. So I find that pretty fun to use, because sometimes they will negate the one of the other effects you play, and then you just know summon this out, and then bring out the dragon, and then get out the fusion spell. So I find it pretty fun. 2 Lord Gaia the First Night. This is just another name, honestly, but it's a free summon if you go second. And if your opponent summons a monster while this is on field, it gains 700 attack, making it 3k. So this can push for damage, or it can protect your field or whatever. 2 Gaia, the Fierce Night Origin. You can discard 1 level 5 or higher monster from your hand to summon this card from your hand. Also, in this card's in your graveyard, if you battle a monster your opponent controls, and his attack is different from his original attack, right? You get the banish card from your graveyard to change that monster back to his original attack. So like if you go get something that's like originally 3,000 and then it's like 4,000 attack or something, when you battle into it, you can reduce his attack back to his 3,000 attack points. So that's pretty helpful. And also you can do it for your monsters as well. So if your monster, if your Gaia monster is 0 attack and you go into a battle phase and enter damage step, you can banish this card, right? And then make your Gaia monster back to 2600 attack. So I find this helpful. 1 Soldier Gaia the Fierce Night. This is pretty helpful during your opponent's turn. This helps your opponent not attack you. So basically during your opponent's turn, you contribute 1 dragon fusion monster, being like a Gaia monster mostly. So you attribute that, summon this card from your hand, and then target 1 monster your opponent controls and change it to defense position. That's hopeful going against your opponent if they have like high attack or you can't get over something. Also has another effect. When you get to attribute this card, to search up for a level 7 or higher warrior monster from your deck. So that means you can always go for like a Gaia the First Night or something in your follow-up play. So this is pretty good. 1 Curse of Dragonfire. I would play this at 2, honestly, but looking for the second one. But basically, on a summon, you can destroy a field spell, and then once per turn, you can fusion summon using this card as materials. So I find it helpful for extra ways to go into your fusion monsters in your extra deck. 1 Armed Dragon level 5. This is just another level 5 monster you go into, but I play this card because you can discard a card from your hand to destroy 1 monster your opponent controls with equal to or less than attack of the monster you sent to the grave with this effect. So if you discard a Soldier Gaia, which is 2600 attack, you can destroy anything with 2600 attack or lower. So I find it very interesting. One Envoy of Chaos. This has like an effect where it's basically like an honest for the deck. So whenever your Gaia monster battles, you get this sentence card from your hand to the graveyard to target one Gaia monster you control. It gains 1500 attack. So I find that very interesting. Also, it's reincurable if you banish one light or dark monster from your graveyard. 3 Gateway of Chaos. This is different language, but basically when you activate this card, you can search out for a Gaia First Night monster or a Blacklist of Soldier monster. 100% of the time, you're searching up for a Gaia First Night monster. And the other effect is not really relevant, but basically for each card you banish, you get a spell counter on it, and you can remove any number of spell counters from this card to add one light and dark monster equal to the number of spell counters you have. So that's the whole effect of the card, if you wanted to know. Galloping Gaia. This has a cool effect. During the battle phase, your opponent can activate anything if your Gaia Dragon Champion attacks. Also, you can reveal one Gaia monster to search your out for one Cursed Dragon, or you can reveal one level 5 monster to search for a Gaia monster. So I find it's very good to play in the deck. Basically, you need it at 3. 3 Spiral Fusion. This helps you go into your Gaia monsters. This has a pretty cool effect. After fuse summon a monster, it gains 2600 attack. And then if it's Gaia the Dragon Champion, it can make 2 attacks on monsters each battle phase. So this can go for heavy damage. Your Gaia the Dragon Champion would be like 5200 attack, attacking 2 monsters every turn. So I find that very good. 2 Polymerization. This just helps with fusion summoning your monsters, honestly. The extra way to go into them. 2 Sacred Sword of 7 stars. This is just draw power for the deck. You need like draws in the deck, and I figured this is the best draw because you play a lot of level 7s in the deck, and sometimes it can be a little bricky, so you play this. 1 Spiral Spirit Strike. This is searchable with one of the Gaia fusion monsters in your extra deck. Basically, whenever Gaia, the Dragon Champion, inflicts bad damage to your opponent, you draw 2 cards and discard 1. And then since you can attack 2 times with Spiral Fusion, you can basically do that 2 times every turn. So this is pretty good in my opinion. 1 Reinforcements of the Army. This can search out your Chaos card, and this is good for searching out your other Gaia monster that's level 4 in the deck. It just helps go into extra plays, honestly. 1 Instant Fusion. This can help you go into your level 5 Dragon monster in your extra deck. Set Rotation helps you go into your field spells. You set one on this side of the field, you set one on your opponent's side of the field, depending on your situation. Terraforming helps you get to your field spells. Regeki helps you clear out boards if you have a hard time getting over something. 1 Return of Dragon Lords. This helps you special summon out your Gaia fusion monster from the extra deck. Now going to the extra deck. 3 Gaia, the Magical Knight of Dragons. This is basically your main fusion. Its effect is this card becomes Gaia the Dragon Champion while it's on field. Also, you can make this card lose 2600 attack to be able to target a card on the field and destroy it. Also, whenever this card destroys the monster by battle, it sends to the graveyard. This gains like 2600 attack. So this is really good with Spiral Fusion, because Spiral Fusion you get 5200 attack, and if you destroy something, it gains another 2600 attack, making it like 72. 1 Skyclap and Gaia the Dragon Champion. This is also treated as Gaia the Dragon Champion while on field. This is the one that searches your Spiral Spirit Strike when it's summoned. Also, when this card enters battle phase, right before attack declaration, you can change one monster your opponent controls to defense position, making it be able to pierce through your defense. And then we got the new Curse of Dragon, the Magical Night Dragon. This is your instant. This is one of your instant fusion targets. When this card is summoned, you get to add one Gaia spell trap from your graveyard to your hand, and that's pretty much what it does because it's a niche effect, but it's decent in my opinion. Then we got 2 Bulwark Furious Dragon. All your level 5 dragon monsters are basically darks, so you can go for polymerization, or you can go for Spiral Fusion to go into this. And then basically it's a quick effect. You can target one monster you control and one monster you control and destroy them. So I just find this useful in this deck since you can use it. And 1 Panzer Dragon is a fusion target. This is when you have basically nothing to go into. So you just instant fusion to this in your turn. Just to get destroyed, you get the pop something on field. 1 Alligator Sword Dragon. This is one of the level 5 dragons you go into to help you with your Gaia plays. And the rest of this extra deck is pretty much just a wild card. But we play 1 Rhino Arsenal Zenmoy. Since you play level 5, you can go into this. It rarely pops up. 1 number 41 Bagusta. You do play some level 4s in this deck, but you don't really go into this. 1 number 39 Utopia. Like I said, you play a little bit level 4s, you can go into it if you want, but it's not like a main thing you go into. Number 11 Big Eye. You play some level 7s in this deck. Sometimes you be in situations where you have 2 big guys on the field, but that's it. So you can go to those with Big Eye. And then we have Dark Effleon Dragon. This is the same reason why you play Big Eye in the deck. You have 2 big ass level 7 monsters on field. You go into this, and then you just reduce your attacks on your opponent's turn. And last but not least, Decode Talker. This is just a wild card. This rarely pops up. You probably never play it, honestly, if you play something like this in this deck. And that is it for my Gaia, the First Night deck profile. Hope you enjoy. Give it a like if you like it. Give it a comment. Thank you.